Is COVID-19 Canon Part 5, TV Part 2. Spoilers for Poker Face, Curb, The Orville, and Just Like That, How I Met Your Father, and How I Met Your Mother. Poker Face. No characters are seen wearing masks or discussing quarantine, but the pandemic is mentioned very briefly at the end of Episode 3, The Stall, in which the right-wing radio personality refers to COVID as the, quote, plandemic. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like other comedies, Curb also paid lip service to the pandemic in its first post-quarantine episode, but went on to ignore its lasting effects, despite premiering at a time when the majority of the country was still wearing masks. The Orville. In Season 3's Twice in a Lifetime, helmsman Gordon Malloy is sent back in time to the year 2015, where he settles down as a 21st century Earthling. 10 years later, when confronted with the possibility that her husband is from the future, Gordon's wife briefly mentions that he seemed to have foreknowledge of the 2020 pandemic. Sex and the City. Though not a sitcom, Sex and the City spin-off and Just Like That briefly mentioned the pandemic before totally ignoring How I Met Your Father. Despite being set in early 2022 New York City, not a single mention of COVID is made, though one could argue that the pandemic wasn't relevant to the story when filtered through the unreliable narrator. There's also a theory that the mother from the original show died of COVID, but given that she and Ted got married in 2020 and she died in 2024, it's more likely that the pandemic just never happened in the world of these shows.